Bang. The white has been dyed red. 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 To shine or to die. Merely two sides of the same coin. Shine or to die. Merely two sides of the same coin. been dyed red. Bad. The white has been dyed red. Can you keep up?
Carlotta warned me about eyes, so she probably wants me to avoid unnecessary attention. Not sure why, but staying under the radar is never a bad idea. Carlotta's not here yet. Guess I have to wait.
Might I trouble you for a light, young man? Oh, well, a cigar without smoke. My granddaughter told me Raguna's rain is a bad omen. Can't argue with that now, can I?
You've been looking at this painting for a while. Anything special about it?
Oh. Did it capture your interest as well? Or are you simply passing the time until the rain ends? It's only the investor's nature in me. I find myself irresistibly drawn to items of unique value. The Montelli family prides themselves on their eclectic taste in art. Any style by any artist can find its home within their quarter. Art knows no boundaries of time, place, or the mind. Here we stand, united by the rain. They say in art, we glimpse pieces of our own soul. What do you make of this piece? Care to share your thoughts? Character to achieve balance. Perhaps chosen by the artist for its uniqueness. Now is not the time to cling to existing balance, but to embrace the unknown. Seek change and carve out one's path, just as she once did.
Glory in Decay. The Impressionist Pazzoli's latest piece. Didn't know you had such refined taste. I dodged those pesky eyes the whole way here, worried you'd been kept waiting too long. But it seems you've kept yourself entertained. So, the old gentleman was simply hiding from the rain, was he? I see. The Montelli Quarter does attract art enthusiasts. Anyway, I'm glad prying eyes didn't follow. When it rains in Raguna, surprises are as common as puddles. A delay is only a small splash. Calling you here with little explanation and a word of caution, I can only imagine your confusion. The shark in our midst has finally made its move. Recently, several of our partners claim to have found a superior cellar and ended their dealings with us. Meanwhile, Bennett, our vault keeper, was reported to have embezzled and sold vault assets. It's said that he tried to flee, but was killed by tacit discords outside the city. I'm not so sure. I've worked with Bennett before. He was principled, bold, but not reckless. Not one to easily betray. And the night he died, he sent a photo to my terminal. A blood-stained page of an anthology, marked with 3 phrases. Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. When 40 winters siege thy beauty, and the planet turns right, twice and a half. The meaning is yet to be revealed, but he is clearly conveying a message. All evidence points to Bennett being the key to uncovering the shark lurking in our waters. The Montelli family is a symbol of liberation for Raguna. We uphold freedom and equality for all. Our vault is the heart of our family. And if it is corrupted, it threatens not only us, but risks plunging the city back into oppression and isolation. As much as I hate to suspect family members, I cannot rule any of them out. You, however, are different. As an outsider who has aided us in capturing the initial traitors, I hope to not be proven wrong, but I feel that I can trust you. My uncle's words were clear. Only those at the table can play the game. To engage with my family, one must have both standing and purpose. So, I offer you a new identity in our upcoming inquiry. Cat's Eye, a provisional member under my patronage. If you wish to join, you must undertake the final assessment and pledge your loyalty to the Montellis. When it comes to family matters, we like to use code names, each tied to a unique token. Mine, for example, is Opal. Opal recommended Cat's Eye. It has a ring to it, don't you think? Also, have you looked closely at your own eyes? They share the same luster as Cat's Eye gems. Now, Cat's Eye, will you stand with me to catch the traitor within our family and avert this looming threat?
I understand decorum is important to the Montellis, but among friends, can't we be a bit more informal?
What made you say that? Ah, you're curious who I am beyond my role. Is that it? I just might entertain that thought. But for now, my agents just sent me the address of Bennett's residence. While his body has been found, what he left behind is still out there. Seems someone has acted faster. Those two. Yes, we address each other by code names. Handy identifiers in a crowd. I'll keep you updated on the family members' code names we encounter, along with any other details you might need. Seems like they are looking for something as well. It's only natural my uncle wishes to retrieve the lost items. But my presence might raise a few eyebrows. Yes, you try and loosen their lips. If memory serves, they are senior members, having served under my uncle for years. Regulars at Margarita's, talk business with merchants and wine with drinkers. Engage their interests, and their words will flow like a river. As for the rest...
Hey, that's you they're calling.
No, that's both of us. But I don't recognize this.
Neither do I. Listen up.
Okay, you got the names right. Must be family. Who? Cat's Eye. Doesn't ring a bell. Probably one of those new recruits after the Carnival.
So, what do you need? We are just about to wrap up and grab a bite at Margarita's. Still got a lot on our plate today.
Oh, margaritas. Nothing quite like it, huh? And the pizza? Oh, it's a favorite in my circle, too.
Always a solid choice when on the move. Perfect spot for a bit of catching up.
You know, the last time I was there, I heard talk about a thief stealing from the vault. Is that true?
Well, cat's out of the bag now. See that house right there? That's where the thief lived. We came to search for clues.
No, not yet. We've looked everywhere, but found nothing.
But to be honest, I doubt we'll ever find them. The thief has probably sold everything off by now. We are short on manpower. Well, our boss is the Padrino's son. He has his methods. Our job is to follow orders, not to ask questions. Just do what we're told and do it well.
That's right. If you spot anything unusual, keep an eye on it. Could be your big break. With a bit more time.
So, they found nothing, but assumed Uncle wasn't concerned. That makes no sense. Everything that happened recently ties back to the vault. If Uncle wished to protect his position, he'd be curious. Bennett was last sighted in the vicinity of Liberty Square, where you met Uncle. Last night, I was investigating the area before I happened upon your private meeting. But when I brought this up with him afterwards, he didn't seem privy to any details. As for my search of Bennett's home, nothing of note turned up, just as the two agents reported. I found no spoils, not even the faintest trace of them being stored or moved. Everything about his living space fits the profile of a typical Junior Vault employee. I also asked around about Bennett after our previous collaboration. He was ambitious, but never greedy. I was even told he refused a bribe offered by a business associate during an operation. The Montelli family is ever generous with wealth and opportunities, welcoming all who aspire to make their mark in Ragusa. Mere profit would never make him betray us. For now, more evidence is required. The entire matter might need to be approached from a different angle. Shh! Hold still. See that man over there, the one that looks like a grey dove? After him. Quick. Nowhere to run. Now it's time for a proper chat.
These old creaky bones of mine. Did I offend you? Or are you just chasing down every passing soul? Never thought the Montellis would grow so aggressive.
No one knows the family's ways better than its members, even though I will never forget that stormy night. Nor any of the members who were caught in it.
Sadly, I've no desire to be remembered. To me, Montelli is only a name of the past. There were moments of joy, but they cannot make up for my loss. Now, I only feel tired.
Why go back to what you claim to have left in the past? Unless there's something you can't ignore.
You were standing across from Bennett's doorway, and your clothes are still damp from the rain. You weren't simply passing by, you were watching. What were you looking for? Or, should I ask, what did you hope to find?
I don't know. To grieve for my last friend in the family? To blame him for being so reckless and greedy? Or to figure out how this fool ended up in such a mess? I tried to persuade him to leave with me, but failed. In Raguna's game, the Montelli family has only two options. We either play to win, or are forced to leave with nothing. Every Montelli has a chance at their desires. But what's the price? Now, his ambition and greed have cost him everything.
Most people find acceptance easier than change, as change demands the bravery to face uncertainty. No great endeavor is without its perils. So yes, if the Montellis are to drive the change and push past current barriers, the path ahead will be anything but easy. The family exists to withstand what an individual cannot, and accomplish what might otherwise be unattainable. But within the family, each Montelli still enjoys the freedom of choice. Your leaving is a testament to this, is it not? If you're willing, there is still much to be done for Bennett. His terminal, the alleged stolen goods, everything but his body remains missing. Given your familiarity, you might help us in locating these items.
In that case, you might want to speak to Scarlet Velvet. The leader of a network of commoners seeking freedom in Raguna. They had close ties with Bennett. If he was really stealing, I'd wager they were complicit. And that said, with their recent fallout with the family, I can't guarantee you'll find them, let alone talk to them.
We have little choice but to try. Now, let's go. We're off to the most reliable source of information in Raguna. This is the place. In Raguna's market, they say fortune seldom favors those who lack a taste for fine drinks. Among traders, there's a secret code in the way drinks are mixed. A base of bitter almond and mint, for instance, usually signals danger and death. But some have devised their own, more private codes. Yes, this area is essentially a neutral zone in the city. No affiliations, no restrictions. With the ongoing feud between Scarlet Velvet and the Montellis, finding her will be difficult. But I've heard they have eyes and ears here, so we'll order the right drink, watch the crowd, and let their reactions lead us to Scarlet Velvet's contact.
Greetings. What will it be today?
A Scarlet Velvet ribbon, please.
Scarlet Velvet. An uncommon choice. Perhaps the one you seek is waiting just as patiently. May you both find what you've come for.
Kirsch, whiskey, and cherry tomatoes. Blood orange gin. That drink you have there is quite rare. Would you mind telling me what it means? The riddle cloak.
The key to any language lies in the shared rules and agreements between both parties. With that in mind, the same drink or even the same object can be given countless meanings. Sounds like you've been at this code research for quite some time. Do you know when the bartender started his shift today?
Let me see. I got here quite early, and he was here about the same time. Probably around 8 o'clock in the morning.
Thank you. That's all I needed.
The wild desires, they swallow me like the roaring waves. Oh, how maddening's your tender love at this amber drink. A deadly poison? No, leave me be. The void. The endless void has Montelli, Phasalia, the Order, the Commoners.
Let's go. Clearly he's not the one we're looking for.
Oh, there you are. I noticed you as soon as you walked in. Don't get me wrong, I've only been here long enough to recognise that drink, but I'm not making any guarantees beyond that. That swagger and flair. You're with the Montelli family, am I right? I know I'm not the one you came for, but don't dash off just yet. You don't know what I have up my sleeve, you know? How about you let me prove how reliable I can be for your family? Go on, test me. She may not carry the Montelli name, but she's got that same pioneering spirit. She's leading a team of resonators now, hunting down tacit discords in the wild. It's a shame, though. She recently decided to cut ties with the Montellis. And here I thought they were kindred spirits.
Impressive. You've proved yourself capable. 3 days from now, at this hour, return here and order a Golden Ears Mambo. Watch for someone wearing a green tourmaline.
Anything else I can get you? Or is there a problem with the drinks?
As expected from a Scarlet Velvet informant, you are smart. You mix every drink and pass every code. You might not understand all of them, but nothing of importance ever escapes you. So this Scarlet Velvet ribbon is meant for you. Am I correct, sir?
Well, well. It finds its way back to me at last. A drink of trouble, I'd call it. Contact has been made, and by the rules, a conversation should follow. But Scarlet Velvet has decided there will be no further dealings with the Montellis. The partnership is broken, and whatever bond you had is all but gone. If you do meet up, Lady Carlotta, aren't you afraid things might turn ugly?
It's rumored that Scarlet Velvet's decision to end our partnership has something to do with a Vault Keeper named Bennett.
Surely you don't believe that nonsense.
Then what is the truth? Bennett was recently found dead in the wild. The dead are silent, but you are not. So let's talk.
Wait, Bennett is dead? That complicates things, I'm afraid. I'm not sure if trusting Montelli is a wise choice, but in memory of Bennett, if you truly are as noble as he believed, go to Whisperwind Haven after dusk. I will inform Scarlet Velvet.
Terminals are divine artifacts from the Sentinel, brought to Rinascita by the first Primus. What you possessed were nothing but privately made replicas, existing solely by the grace of the Primus. How dare you defy our cleansing of such blasphemy?
We never stopped asking the Order for permission to wear the terminals, but every single request is denied. You won't even tell us why. You've controlled the terminal supply, and the family stopped trading with us. These are all we have left. Why should we hand them over?
I can sense your fervent desire for the artifacts and the blessings from the Sentinel. But whether you are worthy of the terminals is for the Order to decide. If you willingly part with your wealth in devotion to the Order's divine cause, the door to forgiveness might still be open. But should you persist in your defiance, we'll have to escort you to the penitentiary for judgment.
The Order and the Commoners. It must be Scarlet Velvet causing the stir. The Order's arrogance is known, but such blatant actions. Is it because we're far from the heart of this? Let's first address their troubles, and then we'll have a proper talk. Found your weak spot. Ramming won't save you. The stage is set.
Endgrim. A change of perception.
Terminate.
Ah, the Montelli's second daughter, and this year's laureate. I suggest you tread carefully and avoid crossing the Order and the Sentinel, especially not for the sake of mere commoners. Must I remind you again? Trading reserved terminals is a breach of the discipline.
We paid good money for these. If you're taking them, you owe us a refund.
Yet the very traders who took your money have seen the error of their ways and reported your dealings. They have sworn to repent for their illicit production and cease all trade with you. How sad, Miss Carlotta. Such loyalty to your family, only to be left in the dark. No one bothered to inform you, did they?
Oh, please. My ties with the family are not so fragile as to be shaken by mere words. The fact that we're having this conversation at all means that you cannot ignore my status. Wouldn't you agree? The Sentinel and the Primus have declared free trade as our undeniable right. Scarlet Velvet is always entitled to trade as they please, regardless of their previous partnerships. You preach the doctrine, yet fail to adhere to it yourself.
Mark my words. The day Montelli is brought to its knees by the Order and Phasalia will be the day you beg for the Sentinel's murder.
But you heard it. Your family has left us in a mess. Frankly, I don't see the point in having this conversation. But since Ernesto said it's about Bennett, I'll give you a minute. for his sake. Speak quickly. Regardless of the bigger picture, your side ended the deal. We were informed at short notice to stop all trade. And it's not just the terminals. No more jewelry, perfumes, and all that nonsense. You saw what happened today. And not to mention, I haven't seen him on telly for nearly 2 weeks. Where were you when we were fighting against the Order and the Phassalias?
There was a slight issue of a traitor in the vault, so our hands were tied. A direct approach works best at times. Actually, what that acolyte claimed is news to me. Surrendering control and ceasing trade are not in the Montelli's vocabulary. The Montelli creed has always been family first and a pioneering spirit second.
With your grandfather, maybe. But he won't be around forever. When Capello takes the helm, you won't have a say. The real question is whether we can get our trade back on track. Can your family still be trusted? What I need is a solid promise from someone in charge. Can you do that? One thing's for sure. I don't want to see the family who first broke the monopoly to trade with us commoners end up defending it.
I'll speak with my uncle and grandfather to see what happened with our cooperation.
You know what? This is supposed to be your family's business. Why am I saying this to you? Excuse my earlier words. So, Ernesto told me Bennett's gone. What happened? He seemed fine the last time we met. Good judgment there. The rumours are nonsense. Fencing stolen goods? Please. Bennett used to handle our shipments for the vault, but everything was above board. Nothing shady, okay? He knew his stuff. Never took advantage of us, never budged on prices either. For him, it was always business first, friendship second. When he was running late, he'd stay up at that hill sometimes. We even set up a shelter there after it happened a few times. That's all. Come to think of it, he did stay there for a while the last time we saw him. Asked us to stash something too. What was it he said? I hope we don't need to use it.
Seems Bennett may have anticipated the trouble ahead. I wonder if you might show us to the shelter. We'd be most grateful.
There's an entrance along the coast. Go straight down the road and you'll see it. What's your business there anyway?
Watch out. Loading.
Stay behind me. Shackles be gone!
My compliment. Found your weak spot. Can you keep up? Running won't save you. You will yield. You can tell someone was here. Look at the mess. Perhaps Bennett deliberately arranged it this way as a cover. We'll each use our senses to search. Then let's gather and analyze the clues we find. Something is strange here.
These items aren't exactly rare, but they're not everyday objects either. They seem out of place here. Looks like Bennett left them deliberately.
Indeed. But what I find strange is These items, don't they seem familiar? Do you recall those 3 lines from the anthology? The ones Bennett sent me in the photo? Thy eyes guide my course in the tempest. The last one is a rotor device. The planet... MLCL 190468. That format. It's a vault storage code. Of course it is. Bennett was a vault keeper. But what was he trying to convey in such a cryptic manner? 4 letters. The highest clearance level in the vault. Could it be? Hold on.
Carlotta? Yeah. You asked me to keep an eye out for Bennett's terminal. Well, I found it. Yeah, that's for me. Oh, no, it's nothing really. Just worried it might be too tricky to repair.
All right. We'll inform you when there's more to share. We're returning to the Montelli quarter first. The terminal will be fixed there. As for the codes, we'll figure it out once we arrive. You might not know this, but Bennett was never granted the highest clearance in the vault.
Isn't that a good sign? It means Bennett might not be guilty after all, just as you suspected.
But it's replaced by another suspicion. One I am reluctant to entertain, but I'm forced to consider. Only grandfather, uncle, and I have the highest clearance. Liberty Square, our proximity, the vault's security clearance, a traitor among the top brass, the indifference towards the stolen goods, and the authority to end dealings with Scarlet Velvet. There's someone all evidence points to. Were I to entertain it, it all starts to make sense. Uncle. But if it was truly him, the heir to our family, who betrayed us, wouldn't that be utterly absurd? Now all that remains is to see what the code reveals. It might clear our doubts, or confirm it.
I'll be with you no matter what. So, let's see where this leads.
A smooth journey. My people just reported some initial progress on the terminal repair. Let's go. Our meet-up spot is right ahead.
Lady Carlotta, we received a terminal addressed to you, signed DC. The initial restoration is almost complete, but some data is overwritten or isolated due to the extensive damage. We were only able to recover certain sections. Our evaluation suggests that a full restoration might not be worth it. But, if you insist, Mr. Pierre at headquarters is an expert in this field.
Good. Make sure to contact him. Now please project the restored sections.
Absolutely. One moment.
Yes, that's where I was investigating that night. Seems like the intel was right. Bennett did go there. And the other location... I think it's my uncle's private dock. Primarily used for storage. Reviewing the records hardly proves the connection between these locations. If time permits, we should take the terminal to Mr. Pierre. He's an old friend of Grandfather's and is an expert in this field. There may be other useful information in the terminal. But first, let's put that code to use. Follow me. This is why I suggested we return here. Our vault holds everything. Family property, valuable items for trade, and prized possessions entrusted to us by clients. The complete inventory and access records can only be found here, accessible to those with the proper clearance. Please, follow me. Someone extracted the core data module. It's empty now. This must be what Bennett was trying to tell us before he died. Someone with access to the vault has broken their oath and leaked the data module. Now only Uncle, Grandfather, and I have the clearance to retrieve it. In Renacita, the Order maintains control over terminals, unlike other countries where they're freely traded. My secrets, much less allow the modules to fall into the wrong hands. What exactly are you planning, Uncle? No. We must find the core module.
Carlotta, where are you?
Uncle, may I ask you something first? Before the Carnival, the priest showed me your pendant. How did he come by it? And what led to your capture?
Does it matter? All you need to know is that it's handled, and I'm in the clear now.
Were you mistreated? Did they coerce you into doing something against your will?
Heed my words. Whatever you've uncovered, put it behind you and all will be as it was. No grudges, no consequences, only family. Now, we've had some trouble with a shipment over at Septimont. As the rightful heir, I'm giving you a new order. Take care of it. And I'll pretend none of this ever happened.
I refuse.
Excuse me?
I said I refuse. I can't act as if nothing happened. I won't let a family member die unjustly, or see our modules fall into the wrong hands.
Don't trouble yourself with the modules. Yes, our family's ambition has led us far, but it's exacted a price paid in blood and tears. What harm is there in choosing the safer, easier path? I've given you an out. All you need to do is accept it.
Then so be it. Your course is set, as is mine. But mark my words, I will stop you, Mr. Capello. I'm sorry you have to see this side of our family. Really? I just wished... No. I did promise I'd try to drop the pretense with you. I may need more time to come to terms with all of this. I don't regret uncovering the truth and exposing the traitor. I'm just saddened that my uncle is the one behind it all. We were meant to be the guardians of our family's ideals, to carry the torch forward. And yet now... Well, wallowing in emotion won't solve anything. Our priority now is to recover the data module. Every moment it's missing puts our family at greater risk. The core module is difficult to carry around. They must have hidden it. We need to adjust our strategy. My conversation with Capello will have alerted him. He's likely to move the module sooner than expected. I need to inspect the dock for any clues. Indeed, but time is not on our side. If Capello acts on this, I might lose my window to secure the module. Our sole advantage now is that we're operating as a pair. I need you to take this terminal to Pierre at the bank. If the dock turns out to be a dead end, we will need other leads. I know that securing the module alone won't suffice. I must uncover Capello's true motives. How it will affect our family. I'll figure it out. I promise. They call it a dock, but no ships ever come. Nothing so far. Was I wrong? Maybe this place doesn't hold what we're looking for. Why did Bennett come here then? Or am I too late? Did Capello get here first? And the energy fluctuation? It was going off and on. No, I couldn't have been imagining it. Such a big mirror. Why is it here? Doesn't seem to be made of common glass, but some kind of crystallized energy. Oh.
Hello again. You don't seem very surprised to learn who I am.
Carlotta told me Mr. Pierre always follows her grandfather around. My instincts weren't wrong when I saw you together. It also explains why you seemed familiar when we first met.
What's the term for it? A destined encounter? The universe brought us together, and I happened to take the initiative. It's almost poetic. Wouldn't you agree? That's it. I doubt you want more chit-chat. I know you're here for that terminal. Let Pierre inspect it for you, and we can resume our conversation. Remember that painting we discussed earlier? In a fragile equilibrium, the smaller piece is forced to repress its true nature. It's confined to a seemingly flawless structure, stripped of its autonomy. I don't want the same fate for her, but I can't simply impose my path upon her, expecting blind obedience. She must find her own path, with a partner she can fully trust. As for those who betray their own blood, there will be no leniency. Even my own son is not exempt from this. However, before I intervene, I want to see her plan take shape. My hand should only be played as a final measure. The old give way to the new. It's the way of the world. But for us Montellis, the courage to break from the past matters far more than clinging to it. So I ask you this favor. When the time is right, give this to her. She'll need it.
It's a little tricky, but you're lucky to have my expertise. This terminal is defunct, but I've retrieved all its data, even the overwritten and isolated bits. The terminal has been tampered with, but nothing was intentionally erased. It seems they wanted to overwrite the data to avoid detection. I can show you. Do you have a terminal? I'll send over the data so you can see for yourself.
I assume you've taken care of Bennett's body.
We dumped him in the Tacit Discord zone overnight. We'll claim he was killed by those monsters tomorrow morning. Sir, are you sure? Are we really going to work with the Order? Have they made you kill one of our own?
We're in too deep now. Handing over the data module to the Order will cement our position as an ally of the authorities. We'll replace the Physaelias. The other resonators in the city are irrelevant. And Bennett, I would have taken care of him regardless. He knew too much. He deserved it for pursuing the Scarlet Velvet matter. Anyone who gets in my way shall meet the same fate.
Yes, sir.
We all stood together on that stormy night. Each one of us losing someone dear. And we all share the desire for our family to find an easier path forward. The best way to avoid sacrifice isn't fighting, but aligning ourselves with superior powers and knowing when to yield. You may have left the family, and I should expect no more favors from you. But I ask this of you one last time. Please, put this terminal in Carlotta's hands.
What's in it? Carlotta? What will happen to her?
Nothing, save for the standard location tracking data every terminal holds. In 3 days, I'll be negotiating on behalf of the family with the Order. I just want to make sure Carlotta doesn't interfere in the meantime. She'll be given a chance to join our side. I promise. Think about Bennett. If you take care of this, I will overlook what he stole and let it be a thing of the past. I know you care more about your late friend than you're willing to admit.
Unbelievable. What is Capello even thinking? Killing one of our own? It's a complete betrayal of our family. I must record all this madness with something. My terminal. No, it's too risky. Wait, I have Bennett's body. Nobody's going to pay attention to a dead man's terminal. I'll record it, then overwrite with new data. I have to keep this record well, in case I also...
A trap? Wait, sir. Wouldn't Lady Carlotta be in danger? I don't think that's part of your plan. Are you really letting her face this by herself?
She's already there, so why bother? I trust Carlotta and our esteemed guest. It is a trap, but also an opportunity for her to mature.
that!
The family will shield you.
These flashbacks. Could it be from touching that mirror? Energy crystals made into a mirror with pre-made sonoroids. These masterless echoes have turned hostile. The frequency fluctuations in the sonoro seem unstable. I'll have to handle them before I can search the area.
Take this!
The stage is set. Glory demands more. A new era awaits. Now there's nothing else in my way. All these obstacles suggest the answer is likely there. I must investigate that mansion. The way out and clues I need. This layout and decor seems strikingly similar to our mansion, just with slight differences. This area, these decorations, the chandelier specifically, were destroyed during the invasion 5 years ago. Am I truly in the past, or trapped in some kind of simulation?
If you... So, why on earth did he adopt her?
Orphan girl from the other side of the family, adopted by Padrino. This rally, held for me. A mere touch of the mirror was enough to instantly draw out my memories, experiences, and even passing thoughts, creating this sonoro.
Huh. You look a little familiar. Oh, it's you again. What brings you back here?
You shouldn't know me yet. Not at this time.
I don't understand. What time? What are you talking about?
Sorry. Please don't mind what I just said. I'm not really sure where I am, why I'm here, or what I need to do.
Actually, I think he meant to say, we just saw you. Just now, about a minute ago. You walked right past us and headed that way.
Yeah, I'm just surprised you're back so soon. By the way, your outfit. No, it's more the accessories, really. Yours are red, but the person I saw had blue ones on her wrists. Oh, perhaps I'm imagining things.
Blue accessories. I saw blue accessories on that hand that pulled me inside. I suppose she's the friend who invited me here. Could you tell me where she's gone? I've been left alone since arriving, and I believe I really should meet her.
Perhaps she's just out for a stroll. The preparations are behind schedule due to a mishap. Everyone's waiting for the rally to begin.
Yes, now I remember. The rally didn't start on time because of a lighting malfunction. On the other hand, once the lights are turned on, something may change and it could reveal new clues. Thank you. I think I know where I'm going now.
You're welcome, I suppose. Not that we've done much for you.
I doubt it means much to say this to you, since you only exist in this place, and unlike me, you probably don't need to hear this. But I believe Padrino took her in because he saw the makings of a true Montelli.
Fancy a wager? I bet 2 dinners you can't guess what the Padrino's got in store for us.
Ah, there you are. Gently does it? Gently does it? Lighter than a dove. Start small to build big. All right, time to check the lobby. Gently does it?
Come over, my child.
Sir, are you talking to me?
Yes. Fret not, Carlotta. Come up to the front, so everyone can see you. Today is a special day. The beginning of your journey as one of us. As my granddaughter, you will now carry the Montelli name. My name. The family's name. And with it, its privileges and responsibilities.
I knew it. She shares our bloodline.
She is a true Montelli, just like the Padrino.
Puny little thing. Such a nervous look to her.
Isn't she from the lesser side of the family? And a girl at that. Why her? What makes her worthy of the Montelli name?
My thoughts exactly. I failed to see how she could possibly belong to our ranks, let alone carry the family name.
It was you. Recognition. Praise. Glory. Isn't that what you want? Stay here, and you'll have all of that. The exit. dazzling sunlight. Am I in the court? Have I left that scenario already? Now the question is, what moment from my past does this represent? No, these decorations, they aren't real even if they appear to be. This is just another simulation from my memories. How do I leave this place? Leave? But didn't you just follow me here? Cut the nonsense. You were the one who brought me into this scenario. Ugh. Fine. But why should I tell you? True, I brought you here. But remember, I am a product of your own making. Your memories, your desires, your fantasies. From this moment on, I am also Carlotta Montelli. We will share the same past, present, and perhaps even future. Don't pretend we're alike in any way. And keep the Montelli name out of your filthy mouth. Oh, right. How could I forget? You worked so hard to earn the illustrious Montelli name back then. And this was your humble abode, correct? A poor little girl from the forgotten side of the family, trying desperately to fit in with the grandeur of her new home, fearing abandonment, and playing the part of a proper lady. You're a star in the ballroom, a top investor at the auction house, but your true talent, being the family's favorite. Oh, planning to shoot me again? Don't bother. This scenario is born from your consciousness, and it's also my domain. Since the frequencies here can be shattered, they can also be brought together again. Why not try shooting yourself? Perhaps that will work. Don't be so quick to deny it. If you truly never craved acceptance and recognition, would I even exist? Since praise and affirmation aren't enough for you, I'll give yourself. Show me how much your sweat and tears are worth. The stage is set. Still recognize me? Victory favors me. Is that it? Nice work, but this is only the beginning. You must be dying to know which part of the past this is. Would you like a little hint? Blood debts will catch up with those who have to pay. The storm is coming. Ah, now you remember. I knew you'd never forget. The rain that night never ceased in your heart.
Help! Help! Damn it! This is a trap! They've taken what's ours! In the name of the Montellis, this won't go unpunished.
Did you hear that? Oh, the panic in their voice. How they must be begging for a capable leader to come and save the day. Quickly and swiftly. Can you keep up? Still
3 key areas have been hit one after another. South 2nd Block, West End Dock, and our headquarters. Intel says the Thessalians are gearing up for another hit on our headquarters. As usual, we can expect the Order to turn a blind. They ambushed Father first before we did anything to them. It is beyond unfair.
We're running out of time. Capolo, we need a plan before Padrino wakes up. Call for reinforcements from the East End. It's risky, but if they don't smell our manpower shortage, we might just make it through.
No, we shouldn't do that. The Thessalians were keeping an eye on our other territories.
No, we're not doing that. They can take the West End. Our men will retreat to headquarters.
Why? They're tough, but we're no pushovers either. We earned our turf fair and square. Why should we back down now? When Padrino eventually wakes, how do you plan to explain that we have let his and the entire family's efforts go to waste?
But we still risk exposing the location of our headquarters. It's all about predicting their moves and keeping ours hidden.
What about you, Carlotta? What do you think?
Once again, this deviates from my past experience. Well, I'll point them down the right path this time. We'll hit their base. Our people on the East End, the South 2nd Block, and the dock will stay put to give the impression we know nothing. Then we'll send our main forces to where the Thessalians keep their echoes. The trade routes mean nothing compared to that. As they know what we value most, we need to demand something of equal worth from them as our bargaining chip.
Is this really going to work?
Quickly and swiftly. Take this! You will yield. Victory favors me. In the name of the Montellis. Found your weak spot. Still recognize me? Running won't save me. The world is mine. Quickly and swiftly. Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me? I'm still standing. The stage is set. Glory demands more. Wow. Look at you with your brilliant plan. So clever. And of course, you didn't just come up with it because you knew what happened. No. That idea has been brewing in your mind since that very day. How does it feel to finally have your dismissed plan validated? Back then, no one bothered to ask for your input, did they? The big shots like Capello and those old-timers couldn't care less. The family ended up making the worst possible choice. They called for reinforcements, depleting resources in both headquarters and the East End.
No. Cynthia, me. Please. Why is this happening? At the West End, it's all my fault. I should have been more careful. Oh, you're the only family I have left. The Montellis' motto is enterprise. But there's no end to this enterprise. No end to the ambition. No end to chasing wealth. How much more do we have to lose?
In the end, your dear grandfather had to step in and fix the mess you all made. The plan advanced, but the dead were forever gone. It stands as the greatest tragedy in our family's history. With that blood debt haunting you, you became the sharpest blade, working harder than ever to protect the inevitable, and someone must bear the burden. By doing so, the family's interests can be preserved. Is this not the balance you wish to maintain? You were never meant to make decisions for the family. Do you really have what it takes to reshape the order of things? No matter what you say, I must stop him. Why? Didn't I just show you a better future than what you face now? Merely an illusion of your making. My choices may have altered the outcome, but it's impossible to prove now. The past is set in stone. We only have one path before us. Yes, the cold rain from that night still haunts us. But we cannot be shackled by the past. I might not be in charge, but my principles are clear. Every action I take is for the benefit of the family. I must leave here and stop Capello. Whatever the consequence. You're unshakable, aren't you? So you've made up your mind already. Our negotiations have reached a dead end. Then I'll need to try something else to make you stay.
Left! You should have gone left! Wait. Or maybe not. Think it over. I told you before.
Wrong. Wrong again. Do you really think you can choose the right path? Stay. Let's get lost in this maze together, from one window to another. I'll keep you company.
Do you truly think you are worthy of the Montelli name?
Just give up. What an embarrassing sight. What is so painful to watch? You might have another chance up ahead.
Yes, that's right. Keep moving forward. You're getting close. You have to press ahead. Don't doubt yourself.
Don't you see? This is what happens when you choose the wrong path and back the wrong horse. The cost will be far greater than you thought.
No, not this way, Piccolino. You should try another way. Choose wisely. You still have a chance to make things right.
Why are you
was worried you might be in danger. Also, I'm here to deliver this. The gun was always there. You earned the right to use it the moment you chose to act on your own accord. Looks like you've made up your mind.
The Padrino's gun never leaves his sight. If he places it within your reach, it can only mean one thing. You've been entrusted with the authority to act in the name of Montelli. Now, whether it fires and where it aims, the choice is mine alone. I am merely a blade made for killing. Am I really qualified to change the status quo?
Why won't you obey my orders?
I'm getting old. We should take the easier approach.
If we can make other people pay the price.
So, why can't you just give in to me and stay here? Surrender! The world is mine! Masterpiece complete. Still recognize me?
Swift and resolute. One with the sounds. Moment of resonance.
Improvise. Is that it? Found your weak spot. Victory favors me. In the name of the Montellis. How did you let go of confusion and doubt so easily? Those were your true feelings. You and I. What makes us so different? Brother, care for a story? A story about why a certain girl was adopted. Prayer alone offers no salvation. In the face of survival, creed becomes meaningless.
How dare she eat the tribute? Nanny always said that food is for tribute. It's not for eating.
You're a bad girl. I'm telling Nanny.
Who would have thought? She's a Montelli after all. The hall is in chaos. Yet she clings to her weapon. What a monster!
This suits a Montelli well. Repurposing decoration into a weapon, defying indoctrination to chart the course forward. Her blood runs with the same fierce will as ours. Come with me. The family will shield you and open your eyes to a new world. You will rise to become a true Montelli.
I see. So Duncan was in the dark about the real cause of Bennett's death. He simply wanted to protect his friend's reputation, and Capello used that. Duncan gave us a rigged terminal to cover Bennett's debt, clearing his name. Capello couldn't have tampered with the terminal data himself, or he would have found the information hidden beneath the overrides. He simply laid a trap at the dock that Bennett visited. I can empathize with Duncan, even to some extent Capello. They're driven by a desire for safety and stability. Tempting future, even for me. We will never achieve that by surrendering ourselves to the Order. From the very beginning, our paths diverged. To yield to them now means giving up even more. And once we lose our grip, we'll no longer have the luxury of refusal. Grandfather and the others have already paved the way. I will follow their lead and chart a course towards a brighter tomorrow. For our family and all of Raguena. Wealth and power will safeguard our freedom. While freedom, in turn, will nurture wealth and power. The Montelli family is set to break the Order's suffocating hold and lead Raguena towards a wider horizon, embracing Septimont, Huanglong, and other countries. And through it all, we will never forget who we are. The family exists to accomplish what one cannot, and withstand the winds of fate. This is, like I said, we seize control. An all-out war with the Order isn't a wise move. Rather than blindly tailing Capello in search of a hidden data module, let's take control and have him come to us. Scarlet Velvet mentioned they need a formal reply, and we can deliver that. Care to help me give them an unforgettable response in 2 days? Can you keep up? Can you hear me? Just checking your location. Have you reached the spot, my clever accomplice? Perfect. Remember to be stealthy. Scarlet Velvet and my operatives are positioned in all the streets around the venue. Should anything go awry, I'll set Plan B in motion. The venue only has one entrance. I've arranged for a handler to get you in. You'll go in first and then help me slip in without drawing attention.
Oh, the upstairs parlour is off limits, reserved for a private event. Yeah. Now that you mentioned it, yes, they did tell me about that. But weren't you supposed to arrive half an hour later? What was that? You do have a point. but it's a special day. I need to confirm everyone's identity. What's your code name? Show me your token.
Hey, Tulip! Why are you still standing there? Come here. Boss just asked for you.
Ah, a tulip coin. I remember you. You work at the vault, don't you? We had a drink at Margarita's. No wonder you arrived early. You people at the...
Yeah. We can talk after getting the job done. Now hurry up. We'll deliver the gifts together.
Have you made it inside? This area is under surveillance. On either side of the main stage, you should see something that looks like a control panel. Operate it to disable the cameras, then place the gems I made with my forte into position. How did it go? Any issues?
Everything's fine. Just got to the place we agreed on. The front of the hall. Done. Main hall, 5 o'clock. Done. Blind spot. Done. Back window. Done. The setup's complete and the time we planned. How's it going on your end?
I'm out of the mirror and the jam is set up. Capello actually inspired this plan. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to infiltrate. The Order's agents have taken the bait and are at the location. Blue Rain and Retriever are primed for action. We'll head out at the chime of the hour.
One with the sounds.
Hello?
You! Why are you here?
Your guests won't be showing up today.
Carlotta. Looks like you've pieced together the whole story. So it was your crew who tipped us off about changing the time and place for the deal yesterday. Let me guess. You fed the same line to the Order, didn't you? Playing both sides, setting yourself up nicely. But something doesn't add up. You couldn't have pulled this off.
Capello's promise of safety and comfort, and the truth is, Bennett never betrayed us. The path of the Montelli family is one of unity. We stand together, leaving no one behind. I can't promise there won't be more losses, but I will prioritize the welfare of every member. I do not take sacrifice lightly. Now, will you continue down this path? Or will you align with our cause for Bennett's sake and your own?
Trust built on deception always comes back to haunt you. You're getting what you deserve.
Now that you've lost both the goods and your trading partners, this is your last chance to bow out gracefully.
Bow out gracefully? Do you think I still care about saving face at this point? My only regret is not being ruthless enough. I should have cut you loose earlier, making you pay the price like the others who crossed me. And what of it? You'll never understand. We lack the power to protect everyone, so what's wrong with seeking a powerful ally? Why not align ourselves with those who share my true goal? You're right. I've crossed the line. But I can still salvage this if I take you out and reclaim that ding. Everyone, capture them!
Time to leave.
Copy.
Fall for me, will you? Then, let's fall together. Scarlet Velvet's people have secured Duncan and will bring him to a safe house. He'll return after everything's settled. Regarding the Order, I tasked Blue Rain and Retriever to pose as Capello's agents and declare the cooperation null and void. No data module, no explanation or any follow-up. Capello is already a lost cause. The Order will realize this soon enough. Rain's back. I remember telling Grandfather how I hated the rainy season. I once saw rain as a bad omen in Raguna. When it rains, it's easier to wash away bloodstains. That's why acts of revenge usually happen on such days. But today's rain feels different. As it falls, the troubles of yesterday are washed away.
Well done, Carlotta. Thank you, Rover. My girl could not have accomplished this without your assistance. had faith in you too, but you surpassed my expectations. It appears I underestimated the potential that you possess when working together.
What he just said. Looks like someone's been keeping secrets from me, huh? I've been curious. You entered that Sonara and delivered his gun to me. How did you earn my grandfather's trust so soon? The nerve. Fine. Since we make such a good team, I'll let it slide for now.
Capello and his lackeys will face the consequences of their actions. Our code is simple. Vengeance for blood. Death for life. No one is exempt. There's a lot at play here. It will require some effort and a true Montelli at my side.
I see. I'll take care. But before that... Yes. What, miss me already? No need to feel sad about parting, for each goodbye brings us closer to the next hello. That's my favorite way to think of it. A countdown to our next reunion. With Capello ousted, the family needs someone to fill his shoes. I must assist my grandfather through this tumultuous transition. There's no one else to do it. Thank you, Rover. As my grandfather said, things couldn't have gone so smoothly without your help and support. Now that the dust has settled, you no longer need to stay with me as Cat's Eye of the Montelli family. But still, I want you to have this. As I said, every member gets a token that matches their codename. Though you already have a pair of cat's eyes, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. No, this gem wasn't crafted by my forte. I chose it just for you. I know someone like you won't stay just for me, and joining the Montelli family might not be in your plans just yet. But I'll keep this code name for you, Cat's Eye. The first and only member to receive my personal invitation.